for school board members in our nation.
It was sunny, but it was really cold. So it was
All right.
in the 50s or low 60s.
The rain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there was a little rain. We all, let me see. Oh. So governance first. At CSBA, all of the trainings, policy, and advocacy efforts are wrapped around the theme of governance first, which means that through good governance, all things flow, particularly student success. And we as governance leaders are leading our schools in an exciting and important time. A lot of it has already been talked about tonight, which is implementation of the new Common Core standards, local control funding formula, and revamping our student assessment systems. I'll skip on. All right. Two things at the same time. So this is some of the planning that I did, and when we go to these conferences, there's a lot of workshops that look really inviting. However, reality is that you cannot attend everything.
Well, it appears that you tried to be in multiple places at once.
Well, I did. I actually went to, I have a short attention span, so I go and get good information, and when it gets dull, I go to the next workshop. So one area that I'm interested in, though, is school safety and positive behavior. So I did stay longer at one of those workshops, and I really believe that we should replace punishment with prevention. Punitive practices don't work as well as positive behavior interventions, and I'm interested in finding out about even more of those kind of supports that we have in our district. But I have been informed by some of the counselors and the administration of a lot of the work that we're doing. And I brought an example, and I actually will just give a copy of this to all the board members, but these are some questions that can be asked by, questions for the students and then also questions for the adults. So I'll just read one example, which is, what works best for you at your school? This was to a student. What works best for you at your school to help you learn and succeed? Or what do you wish would happen at your school to help you learn and succeed, and outside of school? And these are some examples of, these are actually links you can press to find out the kind of supports that other school districts have and other programs. And Bernie will appreciate this one, Mr. Vidales, I should say. But I went to Way Cool Tools again, and when I go to these conferences, I like to focus on the social emotional learning type workshops and also anything that has to do with technology. So this one was called Way Cool Tools, and we spent a lot of time talking about Twitter and how educators can actually use Twitter to follow more conversations about education. And using hashtags is an easy way. So if you put in a hashtag and put anything about education, you'll be keyed into those conversations. These are some of the recommended users and hashtags. I actually tried this one for EdTech chat, so there's a lot of information that comes out about education and technology. It's a little blurry. So I went to a workshop also on dealing with the media, and I think the best information that I got was actually this last slide, which is what to do after you have to deal with negative press or a damaging article. So review the article to ensure it's accurate. Read, watch, listen to your interviews to evaluate performance and promote positive articles. And the reason why I like this slide is that we don't have to wait until we have some negative press or something like that. I think we should always be promoting positive articles. And I know that Mr. Vidales actually has been interviewed a couple of times recently, so we're on the right track with that. Also, there's always a trade show. Oh, doing two things. Trade show, I didn't get around. I was trying to fill out the bingo. Only got to a few booths. Did you go to any at all?
I did, and someone give me misinformation. They said I had to fill up the whole card. And I did.
Oh, well, oh, all right. Wow. I'm looking forward to
I
your,
was to say, and I did all of mine, and I still didn't win anything.
I still didn't win.
all right. So I was out eating with you all, so I didn't get back to see if I won anything. But anyhow, this was one thing, though, that I did, was interesting to me at the trade show, which was tech furniture. So when we're thinking about technology, a lot of times we talk about the actual computers, we talk about professional development, but then there's also the furniture and the way that we're going to store this technology or be able to utilize it in innovative ways. So as you can see, they have these couches that have outlets so that you can plug in your devices and whatnot, and different carts and trays to store, and ways to secure the equipment as well. And that's it. Any questions? Guess it would just be for the two that didn't go. Nope.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ali.
Thank you.
We then have just a few minutes here. We need to move right on, basically, into our closed session. Do we have any urgent comments from board members? Oh, we do have one from the public. If we don't have any urgent
the
comments
only-
from board members,
The only thing I want to ask Mr. Vidal is, are we going to have a switch on?
Yes, we
ceremony?
will.
You
Yeah,
know when that will be?
has not been scheduled yet.
Can we give us a heads up so we can
Certainly.
make sure we clear our schedules?
yes.
Gonna
Okay,
switch on,
and
I
it
guess.
looks like we do have a speaker card from Ms.
down.
Dart, so
Linda Dart, AFT. I'll try to be quick. Thank you for raising the substitute pay. That is much needed. I have to say a few words about pensions because they were brought up tonight. I just wanted to say that the reason we have problems with pension liability is because the legislature has not been fully funding pensions since 2001, and in fact, for the past 3 years, they've been funding 50%. Teachers pay into their own pensions all their years of teaching. They pay 8%. You probably know that, but I just want to reiterate that for the public. Newly hired teachers will probably pay more. Teacher pensions are not exorbitant. The average monthly check is about $3,700. That is often the only money that a retired teacher has to live on for many years. Teachers do not pay into Social Security, and they can't collect it. So just so folks know, it's not because pensions are so big. It's because really the state has not honored their promise around that. And I think the one thing we can do is encourage our legislators to fully fund pensions. Thank you.
thank you, Ms. Dart. Okay, before we convene to closed session, I'm going to take our moment of silence here in memory of Charlene Brizuela. Thank you. The public portion of the meeting closes. We will reconvene
Probably 5 minutes just to clean up here.
5 minutes or less to close session.
I need some.